Hello, and welcome to Mondays with Mareesa. I'm Mareesa, and today's Memorial Day. Today we recognize all who have fallen fighting for our freedom. If you saw my video from last week, you'll know that I narrowly escaped a zombie apocalypse on my campus, and I went home. Well, this week it appears as though I was welcomed by something just as frightening. Last week, I narrowly escaped the zombies that attacked my campus. I found a ride with some kind Samaritans who invited me to stay with them for a short while. We took a strangely secluded path and arrived at a house in the woods. It was as though they did not wish to be found. They had adopted a wild creature of sorts, likely for protection. From what, I couldn't help but wonder. Flowers out front and a trickling fountain waved the nervous question away, and I pushed on. The door seemed to squeak a reluctant hello as I was shown inside. I immediately decided to become acquainted with my surroundings. Windows in the front overlooked the estate, so unwanted visitors could easily be spotted. I also took note of a cleverly placed window facing the forest and back. All areas were covered. The classic winding staircase led to a mysterious second floor, but I was shown the steep staircase to the foreboding basement where I was to stay instead. We looked around, and it was really quite welcoming considering the circumstances. My gaze, however, settled on an antique piano. I longed to play it. It seemed to hear my thoughts, for it began to play all on its own. The homeowner tried to assure me that it was just my imagination and went to play it herself, but the piano was stubborn and would not play for her. It certainly only played on its own terms. I looked around the rest of the room, and a strange sign warned about a wet floor, although the room was carpeted. As well, I saw that there was a window to an indoor pool. Some recreation during my stay might just put my nerves at ease. I looked at the old paintings that decorated the wall around a nicely placed hearth. As we admired the paintings, though, one of them transformed into a mirror. This was too suspicious, and I could not last the entirety of the night here. So I resolved to sneak away when no one was looking. I found the path through the woods and attempted to make my way out of there, but somehow I stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin of sorts. Another wild animal guarded it. Creepy. I dared not venture further and headed off into the woods again. I came across a child performing some form of acrobats on a strange contraption. I decided it was not an ordinary occurrence for the middle of the woods and swiftly departed. I think the wild creature took a liking to me as it continued to accompany me on my journey. I approached a body of water. Perhaps I could see a village from there. My hopes began to grow and grow, only to be dashed when I could not see any signs of civilization beyond the pond. I had to find a way out. Finally, I emerged from the woods and was picked up by some hitchhikers. They explained to me that the woods were absolutely crawling with vampires, and that I was lucky to have escaped when I did. They explained that we had to stock up on provisions if we wanted to ward off the vampires while we made our way to my place of residence, so we headed into town. It was reassuring to see buildings again. Apparently, just as vampires hate garlic, they also do not like sugar. Of course, we stocked up. Then we headed out again. We decided to take a rest stop, and we spotted a vampire. Now was the moment of truth. The sugar worked! She left us alone, and we were allowed to continue home on our journey to freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye!